Hello and welcome to the Matsunoki Cafe. I'm Shiro, the owner. Here we like to talk about video games, movies, or just whatever is considered nerdy that's on our minds. So, whether you're new here or a returning customer, why don't you stick around and enjoy the conversation with your cup of joe? I've been getting a little bit back into Power Rangers lately. I've rewatched some scenes from the seasons I remember watching as a kid, and also looked into what's been going on with the franchise since I stopped watching. Initially, I had the idea to watch every season of Power Rangers out there and do a tier list of which ones were good and which ones were not so good. But I have only 30 subscribers, so the amount of time it would take to watch all of these seasons so I could accurately rate them in a video would not be worth it. This is totally not also my way of shamelessly asking you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content you see here. Totally not. I still wanted to do a Power Rangers video and thought about what would be easier to make. And it dawned on me. A big appeal for Power Rangers is the costumes that heroes don to fight the forces of evil. Why not rate the costumes for their level of drip? I know, I'm such a genius. To set some ground rules, I'm not going to individually rate every suit. That'd take forever. I'll rate all the starting Ranger suits together, and any Rangers who join after will get their own separate ratings for their costumes. Also, I will not be ranking them based on the characters wearing the suits and what I think of them, just the suits themselves. With that in mind, let's get started. The costumes that started all the mighty Morphin suits. These designs are alright, but they're not spectacular in my eyes. But they do have the nostalgic factor to them, so I'll give them a 7 out of 10 on the drip scale I just made up. The green and white Ranger suits, the first two suits of Tommy Oliver. I gotta say, I'm a fan of how they look. The green suit's golden chest piece looks super cool and makes it stand out from the original Rangers. The White Ranger strikes a near perfect balance of looking like its own thing while still fitting in with the other suits from the season. I'll give both a 9. The ninja suits are basic, to say the least. Aside from the medallions in the center, there's no details to really make these suits look unique. I'll give them a 2. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but they're pretty basic costumes as well, but I'll give them a 5 since, unlike the ninja suits, they do have neat little logos on the chest. But yeah, these are still middle of the road. These Zeo suits look stylish. I especially like the different types of symbols that are on their helmets. Plus, they add a nice mix of white and gold to the primary colors of the costume. So, I'll give them an 8. Gold Ranger costume is so damn good. It's the perfect mix of gold and black. It just slaps so hard. It gets a 10 out of 10, no questions asked. Not a fan of the turbo suits, to be honest. The chrome lining on the helmets is what knocks them down a few rankings for me. The rest of the suit is fine, but nothing to write home about. I'll give them a 5. Phantom Ranger actually looks pretty cool. The chrome works here, in my opinion, since it's used as a secondary color for the suits. Phantom Ranger gets a 6. The Space Ranger suits are good. I'm not a big fan of the line in the center with the colored boxes, but the rest of the suit looks neat. This is one of the rare few times I'll include an extra Ranger, as the Silver Ranger isn't that much different compared to the other suits, aside from its colored squares being all black. So yeah, I'll give all these suits like a 7. These Lost Galaxy suits look awesome. I like the white with the black Thunderbolt design, plus the variation on the helmets are pretty neat. Not much else to say, this is a case where less is more. I'll give these a 9. Magna Defender counts on the Ranger Wiki, so it counts here. I'm not as much a fan of this suit as I am the normal Lost Galaxy suits. Don't get me wrong, this looks dope, but I don't know why it just isn't hitting the same way for me. I'll give it an 8. Like the Lost Galaxy suits, this is another case where less is more. I like that while the white parts are pretty big, they don't overtake the primary color of the suits, and the gold as a tertiary color works nicely. I still like the Lost Galaxy suits just a smidge more, so I'll give Lightspeed Rescue an 8. Titanium Ranger was the first suit made just for Power Rangers and didn't exist in the corresponding Sentai. So did Saban do a good job at their first outing with an original suit? say yes. I like having gold as a secondary color to complement the primarily silver suit, and the V helmet sticks out in a good way. I'll give this an 8 as well. Suits are another set I like, and not as much as the two prior. I like the neat symbols on their chest with the white there to separate it from the rest of the suit. I'll give them a 7. Disappointed for a 6th Ranger suit. It's just the red suit, but swap the white for black. Is there a lore reason why it looks like the red suit? Let me know in the comments, but for right now, I'll give it a 7 for like the rest of the team. Outforce Rangers are cool as hell. I like the gold sash, the white gloves that are also claws. I also like the neat detail of having their respective animal medallions on their chests. Oh, 10 out of 10, these are so dope. Lunar Wolf Ranger also gets a 10 for obvious reasons. Adding blue as a third color would sound like the suit wouldn't be as good, but they pulled it off really well. Megaforce knocked it out of the park with their suits. The main trio of suits are super slick. I'm a fan of how they handled the ninja aesthetic, and the cool symbols on the suits are pretty cool. The cool symbols are the case for all the Ninja Storm suits, so I'll just say it once here for brevity's sake. But yeah, neat looking costumes, 7 out of 10. These two suits are downright awesome. I like the choice of primary colors with these two, plus the extra bits of gold plating on them do a good job of conveying them as later additions to the roster. I'll give them an 8. This suit fucks, and I'm not afraid to say it. This has the most amount of gold, and I think it works really well since he's technically a samurai and not a ninja. And the fact his costume changes into one more fitting with the original 3 Ninja Rangers is super cool. Plus, he has an electric guitar as a weapon. How is that not the coolest thing ever? A perfect 10 on the drip scale. I'm counting the Black Ranger suit for this part since his suit isn't all that different from the main 3. Maybe it's because I grew up watching Dino Thunder when I was super little, but these suits are just perfect. The Dino footprint as the team logo, the cool arrows of white on the main trio, which are made gold for the Black Ranger suit, it's just perfect. 10 out of 10 for all of them. Yeah, of course I love this suit too. It's super edgy for sure, but it kind of works since they did the Evil Ranger storyline again for this season. The suit does a fantastic job doing its own thing, while still looking like it is from Dino Thunder. Another 10 for perfect drip. I certainly have my work cut out for me, don't I? I'm not gonna count A Squad for the ratings here, so to start off with the B Squad suits, these are cool. I like the theme of SPD suits using the numbers as a line between the black and the primary color, so they get a 9. The Nova Ranger only shows up in one episode from what I remember, so we'll just lump them in with the Omega suit. I like these suits. I think the way they used the Roman numeral for 6 in Omega's suit design was really clever. However, the initial suit still have the winning edge over this pair. I'll give both of these guys a 7. This suit is fire, that's all I really need to say. Aside from the fact that Shadow Ranger is a sick as hell name, the light blue metal on top of the black and red suit is really awesome. Plus, it continues the number theme by making this one go to 100. And all of that's why it gets a full 10 for drip. That suit's pretty basic. I like the mix of orange and white, but that's about all I have to say. I'll give it a 5. The Mystic Force costumes are pretty good, all things considered. I like the addition of a cape for these guys, and the black lines on the suit makes them stand out. Plus, I like the choice of symbols used for their helmets. I think I'll give these guys a 7. The Solaris Knight is okay. It's the same level of quality as the main Ranger suits. I like that since it's supposed to be a knight, it's a much bulkier suit, but that's about it. Another 7. Not a fan of this one, to be honest. I think the silver wings on the front of the suit is what kills it for me. It's not bad, and I like the snow theme. That's all the positives I have to say for it. 4 out of 10. I'll rate both the purple and red versions of the armor. Both are good and are designed in a way that I feel fits both a hero and a villain. It's a shame we don't get to see much of the red coloration for the armor. Giving it a 6. Overdrive, accelerate, right? Yeah, about what I expected. To be brutally honest, I don't like these suits. I'm sorry. I'm sure they have their fans, but they aren't all that well designed in my opinion. It's two things that stick out to me. The amount of chrome and the compass logo neither really work all too well with the rest of the costume, and I just can't help but dislike them. 1 out of 10, get them off my screen. Somehow this costume is even worse. I already had a problem with the chrome being a secondary color for the main ranger, but chrome is this suit's primary color. Plus the additions of black, orange, and blue only make this suit look super over-designed. Also giving this a 1 and I'm not looking back. We're back to less is more territory and I'm so happy about it. Black patterns on the sides of the costumes are different for each ranger and reference their respective spirit animals. These suits rock and nothing will change my mind on that. The Jungle Fury suits get a 9. Suit's pretty good, but it does feel over-designed a bit. I think if you remove the scotch tape, you would end up with a slightly better design. 8 out of 10. I love how this suit looks. It's meant to resemble a martial arts outfit, and the orange and black work with the primary white coloring super well. This is probably one of the best extra ranger suits we've gotten in the whole franchise. 10. Spirit Rangers are neat. Not much to them that I haven't said already. I'll give them an 8. AM is the one season of Power Rangers that doesn't really fit the mold all too much, but that's a good thing, as we've got this amazing line.
I'm Scottish.
Moi, perfection. The 5 main suits of RPM are alright. I like how the numbers are stylized to fit what animal they're based on, but I think the seatbelts around their upper body was a bit too much to fit the car theme. I'll give them a 6 or 7, 6.5. Alright, but I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't have much else to say other than I wish their primary colors were more pronounced. They get a 4. Yeah, okay, Samurai next, and I have the Barracuda Blade. You know, Antonio's weapon, the Gold Ranger, the best Ranger of Samurai. Don't at me on that. You know I'm right. We also have the sword they use while in their Zords. Which, you know, if I pull this little thing at the bottom, boom, the Zord folds up. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool, you know. Yeah, not really much else to say. They're okay, nothing else too stellar. The Japanese symbols on their helmets are pretty cool, and the samurai-inspired designs are neat, but they're not striking my fancy the way previous sets of suits did. They get a 5. Gold Ranger is an improvement over the original samurai suits, if only slightly. I like the pairing of gold and blue. Shame he didn't get a Mega Samurai form in the actual show. 6. I'm pretty sure I don't have the cards that came with this, if it even did come with cards. They're supposed to like put a card in here and then you... And I would assume it like read the card you put in and said something, but... I don't know, I guess watch a toy review, see if that's the case. I don't know, I'm not gonna look it up because I'm lazy. Anyway, Megaforce. Include Robo Knight in this section since he's considered a 6th Ranger of sorts in the show. These are kind of bland, not gonna lie. I don't even have much to say about them other than that, so leaving this set with a 4. For Megaforce gets its own section since the suits are so drastically different. I love the pirate theme, although that may be because I'm a One Piece fan. Plus, the Silver Ranger's look is honestly really cool. But I will say, the whole armor the Silver Ranger gets with the heads of all the previous 6 Rangers was so goofy looking that I legit laughed when I saw it again while doing research. Other than that, the suits here are a solid 7. The extra Dino Charge Rangers aren't all that different compared to the original set, so let's just do them all together here. I like them. The golden sash that's designed to resemble dinosaur teeth is cool, plus it has the right amount of chrome. All of these get an 8. These Ranger designs are okay. Aside from the stash thing again, there's nothing to really set this team apart from the previous Ninja team. 6. Cowboy Ninja with a guitar. That's about it. Also gets a 6. The starting trio of suits in Beast Morphers are pretty good. I like the tracksuit kind of look to them as opposed to the usual spandex. Cool looking suits to say the least. 8. These 2 suits are on par with the rest. I like the color palette for both, but they don't have anything to make them really stand out as later additions, giving them an 8 as well. What is this, like the 4th season with dinosaur-themed powers? I mean, okay, I guess. The suits look pretty good and do the SPD thing where the upper body is separated in color near the middle. Not much more reason to my decision other than that. I think these look good. 7. The Gold Ranger is a pretty good look for an extra Ranger. They took the Samurai's Gold Ranger color palette, replacing the silver part of the original costumes with blue to better complement the gold. I like it. 8. Oops, looks like talking about Power Rangers cut the power from the cafe. Hopefully I can get this fixed by the next video. Until then, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed your time here at the cafe. Stay safe out there, everyone.